Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing amazing today. These messages are timeless and will be received in divine timing for those who need to hear them. As always, if they don't apply, let them fly. You can always come back for the next one, but I do encourage you to hang out because there might be a piece of information in here for you to hear. All right, that being said, let's get into it. I kept hearing all day that the universe is trying to bless you, okay? And trying is the operative word, okay? I don't know who I'm speaking to, but the universe is trying to bless you, okay? And what they're trying to bless you with is a new opportunity in a relationship. Now, this is something, okay, now this message is mostly going to be confirmation for someone. Okay, this is something that you've been, seeking out a long time, but you've had your doubts because of past, horrible relationships, experiences, okay? They made you feel very unloved, unwanted, uncared for. And now I'm speaking to somebody who's, feeling older, feeling their age, okay, and feels like, where are they going to, be able to find this feeling of love and joy again? Because whoever I'm speaking to, this is something that you really loved. You loved the fact of being in a relationship with someone. However, the relationships you were in were mostly unrequited, unreciprocal. You did most of the work. You did most of the heavy lifting where the person you were with, was floundering, okay, was causing, problems in the dynamic. These were unfortunately past karmic relationships that you had to learn a lesson from. And this is where they are trying to reward you now with a blessing. They're trying to bring someone in, but unfortunately, you're blocking it. Okay. You're doing it unintentionally, but you're blocking it nonetheless. Okay. It's the fear of past relationships. They want you to trust yourself enough that you are now able to recognize the red flags. And the same thing is not going to happen again that happened in the past if you trust that gut instinct. Okay, from what they're telling me is that they have given you these, these red flags in the past, these gut instincts, and you ignored them because you so much wanted to be in a relationship with someone that you weren't willing to overlook the red flags. This is the lesson that you needed to learn. Okay, you need to learn to, you know, not always, give automatic trust without it being earned. Okay, before, whereas you used to, you were the kind of person, very similar to myself, where you used to trust until somebody gave you a reason not to trust. And, and that's when things always, when shit always winds up hitting the fan. Okay. When you sit there waiting for people to give you a reason not to trust, believe me, unfortunately, many of them will give you reasons not to trust, especially if they're lower vibrational individuals and they're being, they're being manipulated in some way or another to behave in the manner that they do, especially when they're a karmic individual that has entered your life for the purpose of a lesson. Okay. You've learned these lessons. You don't need to repeat them. Trust your gut. Now, if you trusted your gut in the past, you wouldn't have ended up in the same, the similar situations that you ended up with in the past that caused you to become who you are today, which is closed off. Okay. And when your heart chakra is closed off because of fear of being hurt and manipulated, which is understandable, you're setting up like a block around yourself and preventing what the universe wants to give you, which is this new love. I'm getting the initial J, K, Ronnie, George, Ahmad, Tamika, Charlene. Okay, excuse me for that. I was just getting some downloads coming through. Those are some names that either might be your name or an individual that who might be interested in you. And I'm getting a lot of you know who this individual is. For some of you, this individual did not come in yet that the universe is trying to gift you with. But for others, there is an individual in your life, okay, right now that you're aware of that likes you, but you keep closing them off, you keep pushing them away. And this is eventually going to hurt you. And again, we all have our, our own ability and our own free will choices to make, okay? And this is just guidance. But if you are looking for this final love, this gift from the universe, okay, it's available to you if you're willing to open yourself up to it. But you got to take that first step. You have to show the universe that you're willing. You have to also, show the universe that you're willing to trust yourself and listen to those red flags when they come up this time, okay? Just in case a red flag happens to come up. Now, it doesn't mean that this is what's going to happen, okay? Because future things can always change by, you know, things that we do in the present. Okay, so it all depends on how we behave and how we react in certain situations. Laying down the law, setting those strict boundaries, okay, letting people know what you're willing and not willing to tolerate. This is what caused these issues for you in these past relationships, which brought you to where you are today, which is very untrusting. And again, that's understandable. I've been there. Okay. But don't allow people's, misdeeds or past, negative influenced behaviors take away from your life, from your existence, from enjoying this existence. The universe wants to give to us, but we have to allow them to give to us. God, source, universe, whoever you resonate with, the Most High, they want to give us all the things, in this realm that we can possibly receive. But we have to be willing to receive it. Okay. We have to be willing to trust our inner voice. We have to be willing to, forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we made in the past, to move forward from them. Okay. And to learn from them, most importantly. That's how your soul evolves. That's how you're going to, get to a higher elevation. Okay. We all have a dark side and a light side. We all make mistakes, including me. Nobody's perfect out there. And it's okay. It's cool not to be perfect. Okay. Television and a lot of crap that we see out there makes people believe that they have to be perfect. Okay, you were brought up to believe that if you don't have a certain amount of money, you're not perfect. If you don't have a certain house, you're not perfect. If you don't have a certain look, you're not perfect. You know, these things were all created by lower vibrational individuals. And once we get to understand that, we learn to love ourselves and forgive ourselves. Okay, because we can understand that we're not perfect, but we are loved just the same. Okay, and we have the right to be loved just the same. So basically, the message today is just confirmation for some and for others of you to open up that heart chakra. Okay, let the new love that wants to come in come in. Okay, you don't want to miss this opportunity because windows of opportunities are open from time to time, but they don't remain open indefinitely. And like I said, the future can change based upon what we do in the present. So what you do now is going to, dictate what the future is going to be. So again, the choice is yours. You have free will to take it or leave it. It's up to you. All right, we're going to leave it at that today. I hope this helps someone, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.